Honestly, this is the strangest side effect of getting on this path of trying to improve yourself on every area in your life, trying to work out more, trying to do no fap, all these challenges out there, semen retention, working out, meditation, reading, so on and so forth, whatever your calling might be, is that your capacity towards challenge increases. That makes sense. So I can remember back then when I started this journey, I really had a huge resistance inside of me in regard to opposed to challenging situations. So for example, I would rather have chosen to be comfortable and not to deal with the consequences and pretty much procrastinate and postpone my duties to another day, instead of just face them right away, get through them and just say that, hey man, I'm done, let me live life, give me the next challenge. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey man, it's Sunday and I didn't really plan out anything, so instead of doing nothing and trying to philosophize on the meaning of life while doing nothing, I'm just getting shit done in prior to week, and not necessarily in business wise, but I'm getting shit done which I've planned for 2 weeks ahead, and so on and so forth. So therefore I will be freeing up some time, so therefore I'll be allowing myself to eventually have a greater capacity in the future. So now, since this is what basically yesterday, so I was like, man, this is Sunday, I want to work so fucking hard, but I cannot make calls because it's fucking Sunday. I cannot talk with anyone on Sunday. And I was like, man, I have to do something. So therefore, I've been learning and building my prospecting channel. The point over here being is that I just realized this strange thing that now I'm not afraid of, coming out here in the wind. I don't know the actual temperature over here, but it must not too warm, brother. Not too warm. And I do remember that back then, for example, a year ago, I would have been like, man, let me get through this whole thing fast and just let me get to, my comfort. I couldn't wait to have my lunch. But now it's a strange thing. Something shifted inside of me. I do not even really looking forward to lunch. I'm looking forward to be able to make these calls and to just getting to this mind space of me being able to deeply lean into some ideas and to just deeply understand some concepts regarding to my sales process, which I'm building at this very moment. And so this attitude change, I think that could be greatly contributed to the fact of constant challenge, constant push. So for example, I haven't taken a warm shower or warm bath or anything like that in more than a year now. And I know because I moved to this part of the city a year ago. And since that, no warm showers, brother. It's only cold showers. And before that, but that was since that I clearly know that zero freaking warm baths or nothing else. Warm bath was last year for me when I went to the beach and got into the sea. And everyone was like, hey man, the water is so cold. And I was like, what the fucking hell are you talking about? It's the warmest water that I've ever been in this whole fucking year, man. So this is one thing, and the other thing is that I've been working out throughout the last year quite much. I'm getting close to 1 year that I've been working out quite much every single day without a break. So basically throughout the last year I've been doing some kind of an exercise every single day, but I would say that mostly I've been doing a proper workout every single day, which just simply not allowing you to just get back and be comfortable, which I do think that people, and especially men in their 20s, should be on. This should be the normal, brother. It's be active, do your shit, brother. It's Sunday, who the fuck cares, bro? It's obviously you will have to take your time and reflect, and I wouldn't necessarily say to chill, but to eventually observe and lay back a bit. But I'm talking about over here is that we're just wasting a huge chunk of our lives and a huge chunk of our times with leaning into comfort and leaning back and forth. Weekdays are for work, weekends are for chilling. And living such a lifestyle is challenging to us because by us allowing ourselves to, this great pleasure. So for example, throughout the week you're pushing hard, you're working maybe 10 hours a day, you're working 50 hours a week, and for 2 days you're like dropping the bags, you're getting out clubbing, you're drinking, taking drugs, fucking girls, whatever. But the point over here is that you're just simply putting yourself into situations which are highly pleasurable. And so by putting yourself in those places, you're just simply resetting your brain, and your brain, guess what, on Monday will be craving this huge hard dopamine hits, which you will definitely not coming if you're an entrepreneur and planning your business process or making your calls or thinking through the planning and so on and so forth. Or if you're an employee, then doing a job, definitely not. And so this is something that really changed inside of me and really increased my overall, I would say, happiness, my overall mental state. Now I don't really have these highs and lows. I don't really have these, hey man, like I'm super high and I'm super low. I mean, like I do have them, but not in that regard of, hey man, I cannot wait to go out today, or because or caused by some kind of external circumstance, but more like, hey man, like I found some kind of a fucking joy inside of myself or inside of my body through running, and I'm just like feeling fucking great. And there are some other days when I'm like, hey man, I'm feeling fucking shitty, because I have a bad fucking diarrhea. I'm feeling like a piece of fucking shit, man. And also another thing which is highly connected to this topic is that teaching to yourself that whether you have the mood for that, whether you do not have the mood for that, you're working or you're working through the things that you're setting for yourself, is also putting yourself to a place where you will have such a high inner accountability, and you will be able to grow this value, this self-value inside of yourself, that it is tremendous. Again, let me extend on this. So for example, if you're setting up for yourself for a straight week that, hey brother, on Monday I'll be doing this, Tuesday this, and this applies for the younger brothers or the brothers who are not necessarily in a job and you will have the set. So basically when you can set your time as you want it to set. So basically when you can manage your own time for yourself. But whether you're at that position, whether you're not, the point is that, hey man, I've been doing these things, and you're just actually going there and getting those things done. And I'm talking about the hard things. It's not like, hey man, today I'll be playing 2 hours of video games. Like, fuck yes, man, like who the fucking hell wouldn't be playing 2 hours of video games today? It's like, there's no such people on planet Earth who wouldn't do that. Maybe it's, but never mind. The point here is that if you're getting through those challenges all the time, if you're setting up those things and you're just simply getting those shit done, maybe you're not even getting to the right direction. Maybe you're even going to the wrong fucking direction, which has basically happened to me through this last year. Like, I've been grinding on a business opportunity which is fucking shitty, bro. It's like limited, like fucking limited. 1 to 10 scale, it's like max at 2 business opportunity. But now I pretty much opened up my fucking mind a tiny bit, and I figured out with my current skill set and with my current character traits, and I'm quoting Alex Hormozi here, who's a huge inspiration for me. Eventually he was one of the biggest inspirations for me to pretty much take on this journey of entrepreneurship, is that now I know that, man, I have this opportunity, what do I have to get done? You know, it's like not, I'm not thinking anymore of terms that, can I get that done or I cannot get that thing done. It's like, what do I have to get done? How much will it take for me? So it's like, what is the price from my time? You know, it's like this, and I'm not thinking about whether I cannot do that or not, or whether I have the mood for that or not. It's like, how can I have 50 clients? These are the numbers. You will need outreach channel. You will have to do handles 10 cold outreach in order for you to be able to close one deal. On LinkedIn, I don't know, 50 with cold calls. Handles what the numbers are. It's like, what you have to do, get shit done. Just get there. It's like I'm thinking in these terms now. It's not like whether I can do that or not, because you're just simply building up some kind of an inner accountability inside of yourself. And so a deeper message that I really wanted to share with you, which is perhaps the greatest blessing from here and the greatest lesson for me, is that this is where value is coming from. This is what people think as valuable, because now you're not thinking, now you're very, very, very much selective in regarding to what will you be doing and with who will you be hanging out with, what will you be putting your attention towards, because you know that you could be doing any fucking thing, and you know that your time is limited. And it's not on the level that, hey man, I watched 5 EMS videos and 5 Steffi School videos, and I have to know that men are, you know, like high value, men must be high fucking value, and so on and so forth. But you know, on an inner level, on a personal level, on a deep level inside, that I know that my time is valuable. I know that there are so fucking many opportunities and there are so fucking many things that I'm sacrificing basically daily in order for me to be able to get on my grind. So it's not like, so for me it's like, there are many days when I'm sacrificing reading in order for me to be able to build a business. And so those are the days when I'm questioning those are the days when I'm getting to the spiritual states, man, like, hey man, like, motherfucker, you have to be reading because that's something that is close, you need to get on that thing. But the point over here is that when I'm in my space, that, hey man, I didn't have the time to read. I didn't have the time to go to the gym. It's like, I definitely don't have the fucking time to watch the cat videos on YouTube. I definitely don't have the time to chit chat with some random people out there. I don't have the time to be lost. I'm just, since I have shit on my list that I haven't been able to get done today either. It's like, bro. And so this is how you're building up this inner value, by inner accountability. And inner accountability will come from disciplined, I would say work, but disciplined human effort towards a goal which makes sense to you. And it doesn't have to be struggle for, but it has to be discipline. It's like, there's a great quote, and I've been reading it from a book, so I will not be able to recall the actual person who told this, but he was, it sounds like this. I only write when I'm feeling inspired. Thankfully, I'm feeling inspired every single day at 9 a.m. We both know what this means. We both know what this means, that you wake your ass up and you get your shit done. And brothers and sisters, comfort is good and nice and feels fucking good, but it is making us weaker and robs us from a huge capability that we'll be able to build up inside of ourselves. And who knows who can we become when we are basically building this character in our teens, in our 20s, in our 30s. What kind of men we can really become, brother? When we are building this thing for 2-3 decades, like, think about it, like how much fucking value can we bring into society? And this is something that is greatly driving me. So I have to go, bro, because I have to get calls done. Love.